welcome to Mumazing Gaming. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing well and I hope you're excited because I'm going to be playing Planet Zoo. It's in beta right now. The beta actually ends in a few days in October, and the game will be officially released. I think it's at the end of November or early December. So if you are interested in this and you want to see me build an amazing zoo, you know, complete with creatures and habitats and all sorts of awesome things, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss out on any updates. Anyway, so this is going to be a little bit different for me. If we look at the map here, we can see there's me. That's my little character right there on my home country, New Zealand, right there. I haven't started a franchise yet because we're going to start with the career and learn a little bit more about operating a zoo. So let's go straight into it. Stately homeschooling, Goodwin house. Let's start this and see how we go. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so there's going to be definitely a lot of creativity in this. I can actually build and create my own blueprints and upload them to the Steam Workshop like I did with Creativerse, so that's going to be fun. Let's get started.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off. Don't worry though, I'm not completely throwing you in at the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Wow, that's cool.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But
all right.
Before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals. We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
All right. Oh, okay, so I can mouse in and check this out.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year?
Wow.
Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select
Check
one of
these
the
out.
bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Hello, Nikidra.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Here we go. Wow.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've
All right.
marked their location for you to find.
Okay. Let's close this and have a look around the map. Now, isn't this amazing? Look how beautiful the environment is in this game. the lighting is incredible. The animals are awesome. They really are. Okay, I think I see an area highlighted over there. I just have to get to it. So, how do I get there? Wait, let's close that camera panel. I think we just had to close the panel for the other animal. So let's just go over here. Oh, hello.
Panthera Leo Leo. All the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome. Which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to our warthog habitat and see what needs doing there.
Alright, let's click off that and find the warthogs. Alright, oh, way over there. Whee! Oh my gosh, I just went underneath something there. Okay, here we go. Warthogs.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for warthogs, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. The warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Here they are.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Buy from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Right, I've purchased them.
When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Alright, so I can just drop them in here.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action. Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible.
Oh, look.
Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthogs' habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment.
Okay, it looks
Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Okay, so
Let's
they need
start
toys.
by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl. Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in.
Oh, look at
bath
that.
will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare. Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now,
Ooh.
our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Okay, over near the hippos, we have the ostriches. Oh my gosh, we're flying through this. Oh, here we go. Hello. Let's just come down a little bit.
Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier.
All right.
Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out?
Yep.
Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Okay.
Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Okay. Is there a way to stretch it? Let's just try and follow it as best as we can. Oh, it's a little tricky. Let's see, what have we... Oh, we got straight sections. Okay, good. Let's go down a little bit and... can we make it shorter? That's height, length.
Good work! Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier so the guests can see in.
Alright, so let's have a look. Okay, so this park, I think most people are going to be coming from which direction? Over here? And then they're going to travel up here. So let's just kind of give the barrier, glass barrier, maybe... Oh, we're going to go in a little closer, I think. Let's go a little bit closer. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, I can see, we can extend it. Like there, perhaps? Wait. Like that?
There we go. Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat.
Nice.
It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy. And because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't.
Maybe we could put some more in then.
The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Okay, so we're going to put a donation box here, I suppose, maybe on this side. Opposite the bin.
All right, you finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think?
Yes.
Let's get 4 of them in here.
Okay, let's go to animal trading, animal market, and we've got 4 there, so we'll adopt, these. And then we go down to the animal storage, and then we send to the zoo, and we click.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item.
Oh.
It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Alright, let's see. Water bowl? What is this? I feel like I need to move this somehow. I'll just put it there. And we'll put that one there. Oh, we're done!
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere
Awesome.
they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Look at these guys.
Well, Ben
Wow.
certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
Alright, looks like we are building one right here. Okay, let's go to facilities and place a small keeper hut. Keeper hut small. Keeper hut small. I mean, there is a slight price difference. Does it really matter? Let's just go for the first one. Okay, alright, let's see. Oh, we want to move it. So, oh look, I pressed the X button. Oh wait, I pressed it twice. I can rotate it. I think that might be okay, but let's just move it a little bit. Right here. Done.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests.
Okay.
Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness negatively. In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Alright, here is a...
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off.
Bottom left turns the heat map off. Oh, is that there? Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, so... you know what I would really like to do? I would like to free rotate this. Because it just feels like it's not very good. But let's just select it.
Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then.
Alright.
Bengal tigers.
Ooh.
We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's go down.
Righty, your next job is to build a habitat.
Oh.
From scratch. Well, wood and concrete, I expect. So go ahead and build it. And don't forget the habitat gate.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
It's always best to place the habitat gate close to the keeper hut. As it happens, there's one quite near to the trade centre. Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Alright, so I have to construct the perimeter fence for this. So, let's get going. Barriers. Alright, we're going to start at one point. So we'll start... I suppose we'll start there. I wonder how long I can make this barrier. Can I increase the length? Let's see if I can do this nicely. So let's stay on the... Oh, I can. Okay, great. Now I need to put in a gate. Let's just put it over the side. Right here.
Now, Bernie takes
Awesome.
safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think?
Yes.
The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool. Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can increase the height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a minimum height of 4 meters.
Okay, so if I double click it and then drag, can I drag? That's the barrier height, but I want to select all of it. So, oh, I can do it like this. Okay. I can click and drag and select the entire barrier. Okay, and now I can raise the height. How do I want to make it about?
Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Oh, nice. Time to adopt some Bengal tigers. So let's actually go to the animal trading. And here we get, oh, they're expensive. Look at those. Oh my gosh, but they look amazing. Now let's go to the animal storage and send to zoo.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival.
All right.
We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Okay. Right, I need to go to the habitat. There is a feeding station right here. Now, I haven't put any walls in yet, so I suppose I have to think about where the guests are going to see. So I might just put a feeding station over here.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different.
Okay.
Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water.
All right.
You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Oh, look at this. It's running already. Oh my gosh. Okay, so terrain. That's the terrain, and I think the terrain is down here. Okay, I need to click on the water tool. Here's some water. This is calm water. So how do I put it in? I think it should just fill up with water, right?
Yes, that
there we
will
go.
do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
Okay. Oh, look, a frozen blood pumpkin. That looks fun. Where can I put that? I might put that over here. And, oh, this is a scratching post. Sort of. Okay, let's, I did see to rotate it, that's what I had to do. So let's just put that like here, and let's move it back a little. There we go.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape.
Oh, is it off the
Now,
ground?
The tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Alright. Okay, let's have a look at the habitat. Oh my gosh, they're actually having some of this. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh. Wow. They are amazing. Look at them. Oh wow. They're enjoying their blood pumpkin. That's awesome. Okay, let's get off the camera view and let's carry on with the habitat. Let's close that menu right there, and we're going to get them a habitat built. I think they need a little place a little bit further back. Let's have a look. Angle snap, pattern, terrain, show hidden barriers. So if I put it down here at the back.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Alright.
Okay then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare. Rightio, click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat.
Okay, the soil is good. They need more long grass, I think. So we can come back here. I think that's already long grass. Oh, now they need more short grass. Or maybe they've got too much long grass. Maybe they actually need short grass. So let's do that.
Right then.
There we go.
All animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, Eurasia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Alright, so let's go to a tiger.
Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
Okay. Which one is that?
You
Is
can
this
find all
this
of the
one?
plants you need in the nature section.
Right.
And you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Okay, well we're going to get some awesome plants planted in here for these guys. So let's bring up another tiger, and oh look, this tiger's walking around right here. Let's have a look at the habitat. So, wow, their plants are terrible right now. Let's go to the nature tab. Oh wow, there are so many different plants, but I need to make them a bit more specific. So let's have a look. Oh, we got filters, biome. Let's go temperate first and take a look and see what we've got. I think I think I can also look, I can go by continent. So let's go Asia. And this shows all of the Asia continent types of things. So let's put a few of these in. Let's close that for a second. Let's put a few around the back of there. Some in the corner here. I don't want to block the gate. Oh my gosh, should I block the gate? Oh, how do I delete that? I'm going to put a couple there. I have to figure out that. Actually, I can probably just click on this and delete it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's carry on filling this with the right types of plants. So let's go to nature. We gotta put some trees in, or maybe some rocks. There's no rocks really, but let's just go to trees. You know what? Let's add another biome. Let's add the tropical and see what we get. Do we get any rocks? No, just plants. Oh, let's put in some coconut palms. Okay, we're gonna put one here, one back here. Let's try a different shape. Let's go for this one. This one's quite a big one. We'll put that one behind. I'm gonna get behind there. And this one. Oh, this is a nice little one. Maybe there. There. I wonder if I can rotate it when I put it down. Maybe I can just... Oh, I can. Oof. I do want it upright. Okay. Let's move it around. Oh, that'll do. Okay. Let's go for some other things.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still,
I do want to move this,
those
though.
tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
Alright, this looks pretty good.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Alright, right here. Hello.
Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese.
Funny. Alright.
Expand their social welfare and we can get a bit more detail.
Okay, social group. Too few
Now,
adults.
they've clearly got plenty of space and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong. Right,
Adult
as you can see,
population.
the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Well, off you pop to the animal market.
Okie dokie, let's get these adopted and let's get them in the zoo.
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy.
Oh,
Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
okay, snow leopard, where are you? Over here. Okay, let's drop down and see why you're sad.
Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in
Cool.
the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barriers for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Okay. Barriers. I assume that's it.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot. Even with the terrible British weather, you should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Alright, the temperature heat map. Where is the temperature heat map? Okay, here we go. Turn on the temperature heat map.
As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Okay. Right. Let's try and get these spread out a bit so that we can cool the habitat down. The temperature... let's try and get one. We've got to get 3 in, right? That's starting to cool down. Maybe... This looks like a hot area.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them. It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopards' terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that happen.
Okay. Right. So we can put snow in here. Actually I could turn this off and then I could see better. Can I do the tree?
Well then, all of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats.
Okay.
That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Right, here's zoo management. Okay.
As you
Find
can see,
all the animals.
this list shows you the animals' overall welfare.
Wow.
So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right. I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Okay, it looks like these lemurs need food. Okay, we clicked on it and we located them straight away. So this must be the habitat for the ring-tailed lemurs. Let's take a look at these in the close-up panel. Oh my gosh! Look at these! Oh my gosh! But they're hungry. They're like super hungry. So let's click off the camera and take a look and see what they need. Okay, the terrain. They need a little bit of enrichment. They need food enrichment. Insufficient food enrichment to be provided to cover all animals. So we should probably get another feeding trough of some sort in there. And somewhere where they can be seen eating. So let's go to the habitat and click on food and water and see what they need. There are feeding platforms, food bowls, and oh, there's so many different items. So I need to know what suits this type of animal, basically. So I need to go to the Zoopedia, don't I? So here they are. Oh my gosh, they're so super cute. Let's look at... Oh, they're endangered. Of course they are. Let's look at the natural habitat information. They're from Madagascar. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can find any more information on them. Fruits and herbs and monkey chow is what they like to eat. That's interesting. A forage box enrichment is for the food enrichment, so they want a forage box. They like to do that, so that's quite fun for them. We'll try and get that in, but it sounds like they just need to feed as well. So let's take a look and see what they already have here for food. Maybe they want to eat up here. Can we get food up here? I want to do the forage box, which was, let's see. Forage box. Oh my gosh, that's huge. I don't even think that will fit. Let's put that in there. And then let's see if I can unbox the animal. Here we go. Animal close to death. Which one? This one? Welfare, nutrition, nourishment, none. Hopefully the vet will be able to help it out, but they need food as well. This is terrible. Nutrition, okay. They're starving, so they need food. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, let's go to the habitat. The habitat, cleanliness, terrain. Terrain set up inappropriate for this animal. Plants. Okay, coverage. There's not a lot of coverage. The continent is Asia and it's temperate. The soil. It needs more soil. I think I just clicked on soil. Let's click on soil. There's too much short grass and they need more soil. Okay, so there we go. And then animal needs less short grass, so let's do a bit more soil. Here we go. Okay, that issue is sorted. Plants. Let's check the plants, the coverage, plants and coverage. I think I might just reduce some of these, so I might just delete them. Let's delete. Oh my gosh! I just got rid of all of the People don't like the look of it though. Hard shelter. Shelter space is critically insufficient to cover all animals. Okay, I need to create a shelter. Oh my gosh, a habitat. Let's go. Heaters, coolers, food, water, beds and shelters. Bedding, shelters, all. Why can't I choose a shelter? Oh, because I have to clear this. Let's rotate that. Like that, and we will click back on these and see how they go. Coverage. Okay, everything seems to be good for them right now. I think I got everything to 100%, so I can move on to the next one. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look. In lockdown for a long time. In lockdown for a long time. Animal is close to death. Animal alerts. Animal is starving. The ringtail lemurs have a problem. Oh my gosh. We need to really sort this out. Okay. Destination not set. Okay. Unbox animal. Unbox animal. Okay, let's check them out. Buddy, what are you doing? Nutrition. Can we box it up? How do I box it up again? Box animal. Now, can I move the box? Can I? I think it might have got stuck. Okay, I sent it to the trade center. I hope that will help it. Because, let's go to the trade center. Return to habitat. Where did it go in the habitat? Did it go somewhere proper in the habitat? Low welfare. Okay, nutrition, nourishment. Animal is starving, requires keeper. So we need to get a keeper, another keeper here. So that's one thing I never did in the tutorial, was get a keeper. So I can deal with the animal alerts. Facilities, maybe we need a keeper's facility, or we need to put one behind here. I think that might be a good idea. Now, is there a door in here? There is a door here, so we could probably get a keeper facility in the back here. I think that would be a good idea. I think the vet's going to go in, but let's get a keeper's facility really close by, because I don't see any keeper's facilities close to this location. Yeah, let's get one here. Facilities. Staff facilities. Keeper hut. We want to get it to attach to the path here. Like that. And then I've got to put a few plants and stuff in front of it, or at least stop people from seeing it. So let's see, nature, let's just get topiary off and put in a couple of trees. I just want to kind of hide it a little bit. I'm going to put some flowers in the front, that might help. Here we go. People don't like to see these things, so... Alright, let's go back into this. Now that we've done, put another keeper's hut in. Let's go to the alerts. Alright, this one here is close to death. Needs nutrition. Needs... terrain? Terrain setup isn't appropriate for this animal. It needs a different terrain. So let's go to the terrain and see what it needs. It needs more soil and less short grass. So let's click on soil and put that in here. Here we go. This is how we're going to address the issues that it needs. It needs less short grass. So where was the short grass? I didn't actually see it. Was it over here? Maybe it was over here. There we go. Okay, that's good. Habitat. Cleanliness. Habitat needs cleaning and risks disease. Okay. And also nutrition. Requires nourishment. Animal is starving. Requires keeper. So how do we call a keeper into here? That's the one thing I'm not entirely sure of. Like, I've put a little keeper hut, but I need to employ a keeper. The zoo. Staff. Okay. There's a lot of stuff not doing anything. And it shows where they're operating. Lemurs. This one here. Energy. Emery Bennett. Find the location. What are we going to do about you? We could hire another keeper. Like, we've got keepers down here with no energy. You can periodically train them up to max level. Is that because they don't have enough facilities around here? Do they need somewhere to just chill out? This is supposed to be their facilities right here, right? So, is there no power here? What is going on? Let's turn on the grid here and look at power. So they're powered. Let's see if there's any areas that don't have power. Let's look at that. Let's look at power consumption actually. Power seems okay. Everything seems to be powered. Alright, let's see. what buildings we have. Here is the little hut that we require a keeper for. Here is this a keeper? Entering habitat. Exhibit food. Cleaning habitat. The staff building is so far away. I'll be worn out by the time I get there. The ring-tailed lemur habitat looks filthy and needs to be cleaned. Okay, so this is too far away from staff facilities, so we need to put staff facilities really close to this habitat. I'm thinking I'm going to put it on this block as well, so let's get some staff facilities. Let's get a little staff room here. Yeah, we could put it here. Okay, that would help that situation. I hope it has power. Let's just check. Yeah, it does have power. Okay, that's good. I do need to kind of hide it a little bit with nature. Maybe I can put a pretty tree like on the lot right here. And some bracken. That's pretty. Let's just put a few more little plants in here. Make it a little bit nicer. I'm not doing it to make it like super pretty. We're just gonna break it up a little bit. Here we go. Okay, that should kind of help with this a little bit. Okay, let's check out the alert. Common warthog. Nutrition. Hydration. It needs water. Oh my gosh, do you not have a water bowl in there, buddy? Let's sort you out real quick. Let's get a water bowl. What's up with you? Let's click on you and see what you're doing. Dehydrated. Oh my gosh, so you do need a vet. Let's call a vet for you. In the meantime, let's get you a little water pipe. Can we put one in here? Maybe we can put one out here. Let's put a little water pipe out here. Here we go. Go and have some water. Animal is close to death. Okay, hopefully look. Oh, it's fixed it. Oh my gosh, I actually did something right. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I actually got it drinking water and now it's all better. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Oh wow. Okay, so we've got no issues right now. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. Done plenty of different things. We've gone to the different alerts. Look, he's so happy now. Oh my gosh, a happy little warthog. This is amazing. This game is incredible. And this is just the you know, the tutorial to help you run through it. And I can't wait to go in and actually start my own zoo.
First part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
And that's all for this episode. I've gone through and completed all of
like
this.
You've got the whole zoo purring away
Tutorials.
nicely. Well, purring, grunting, screaming, booming. All the appropriate noises. I guess I was right to hire you, huh? Don't tell her I told you, but Nancy wasn't sure you'd even last the morning. So, we're happy this is working out. And Nancy owes me a foxy coffee. As strange as it seems, considering we just met, when I look at you, I feel like you're the child I never had. After the one I
Really?
did have, obviously. But you see, zookeeping's not for my daughter. Don't get me wrong. Emma absolutely loves animals, but she set her sights somewhat higher. Wants to save the entire planet. I'll just settle for saving a couple of species. Oh, and maybe having a type of frog named after me.
Alright, well, that's it for this episode. Oh my gosh, it's been awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of my content, please leave a thumbs up, like this video, and leave your comments below if you want to see me play some more, maybe in solo mode or sandbox mode. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss any of my videos. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you again next time for Mumazing Gaming. Goodbye.